Brethren, I pray you sing a new song. Sing praise in the assembly of the righteous. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let the high praise of God be on the mouths of the saints and a two-edged sword in their hands to execute vengeance on the demonic nations and punishments on those peoples, to bind their kings with chains. This honor have all his saints. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Sing to him a new song.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 1. And seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain. And when he was set, the disciples came unto him.
Hey, so Yahushua went into a mountain. When he was settled, the disciples came unto him.
And he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
Hey, man, so he was telling the disciples all of these wise sayings, all of these things that was going to happen. Read that again.
Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
He said, blessed are the poor in spirit,
for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
Man. Come on.
Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek.
Hold on, read that one again.
Blessed are they that mourn.
And we know we the ones who going through mourning. We the ones who having to serve heavy bondage. You got on the heavy yokes.
Bring it out, Doc.
Right, when you go back to Isaiah 14, we bring it out all the time. We the ones who under that. Right, go ahead and grab that in Isaiah 14 real quick. Right? Isaiah 14 and read verse 4. It's like your 3.
This is Isaiah 14, verse 3.
God.
And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest.
He said it shall come to pass, and that day the Lord shall give thee rest. This thing is going to happen. Right? We're not going to always be here, Con. We're not always going to be slaves in America, Con. Right. Read that.
From thy sorrow and from thy fear.
It says from thy sorrow and from thy fear. Right? Go to Deuteronomy 30 and 6. I think that's what I want. It says you shall have no assurance of thy life. Right? Go to Deuteronomy 30.
I think it's 28 and 60.
28 and 60?
I think so, 60.
Is that it? Okay, Con. Go to it. 28. You said 60. Oh yeah, that is it. I remember now.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 60. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all these diseases of Egypt, which thou wast afraid of.
Come on.
Shalaki. And it says, and they shall cleave unto thee. Also every sickness and every plague, which is not written in the book of this law. Then will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. And you shall be left few in number, whereas you was as the stars of heaven for multitude, because thou wilt not obey the voice of the Lord thy God.
Where you at?
60.
You sure that's it? It says you shall have no assurance for thy life. You sure it's 28?
I hear so.
You found it? Okay, 66.
Verse 66. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee.
It says thy life shall hang in doubt for thee. And right here in Isaiah it says in thy life you should be in fear, man. And you see that in the curses. Right? Going back to Matthew 5.
Matthew 5, verse 5. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth.
It says, blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. He told you, a man that exalted himself shall be abased, and a man that humbled himself, he shall be holded up. You got a quick precept?
This is Psalm chapter 37, verse 11. But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace.
Hey, man, and when you go in meekness about your way, you save yourself from a lot of strife. You save yourself from arguing with your brothers, right? You let him have it, you know. All right, Con, you right? You know, you go about your way in peace, right? Con, you got a quick one? Con, go ahead, Doc.
This is Proverbs 16, verse 19. Better it is to be of an humble spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoil with the proud.
Right? It says, better it is to be humble, be lowly, than to divide the spoil of a proud man. Right? And we know that the end of a prideful man is destruction. Right? The end of a prideful man is destruction. It's better to be humble and be meek. Dang, man, watch out, man. He might hit you. What's going on?
I am.
He said, why we do this every week? Don't worry about it. Yeah, man. Right? They can let everybody post up what it say. Right? Get Isaiah 50. I mean, about 20. Yeah, they'll let us post up right here with the bag. You don't know what's going on.
For real.
You don't know what's going on. And they got a little minion, a little demon minion. Don't even know. A little demon. Go ahead.
Con, the book of Isaiah, chapter 5, verse 20. Woe to them that call evil good,
Right?
and good evil, that put darkness for light, and not light for darkness,
Right?
that put bitter for sweet, and sweet for bitter.
Right?
Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes, and prudent in their own sight.
What's up, Doc? We all good?
All praise.
That's what we want, man. That's what's to be expected. You know, the police coming up trying to shut us down multiple times during one kickoff. Right? But you can't do nothing against this truth, man.
Right.
Bring that out. 2 Corinthians 13:8. Real quick. Hey, grab me Acts 5:39. Right? So we see the police steady trying to stop this. They don't like when we push this kind of work. They want to see us pushing crack and opioids and weed and heroin. They want to see us push that. They don't even bother them that's pushing this, man. Right? You see all the crackheads right here on 61st. And all the people back here doing what they doing. Right? Here, take the, all right, cool. And they making a trade under the table. But the police know what's going on over here. He know what's going on in Fairmont Terrace. He know what's going on next door.
That's right.
But instead of pulling up on drug dealers, they want to pull out on us pushing this word.
That's right.
Right? Because we make the block hot.
That's right.
We
Bring
cool.
that out, huh?
Hey, what we say, we cool, but the block hot.
right.
When we come out here, this is our block. And they always trying to shut something down, but they never can. Never ever can. Never ever will. Until the Most High actually, all right, now you know. All right, cool. Y'all did enough. Boom. But until then, they not doing shit. Right, bring that out.
Guys, the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 13, verse 8.
All together.
For we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth.
Read that again.
For we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth.
And they can't do nothing. You know, you got the fat security guard. He probably calling the police over here. Look, they still over here. They still up. You got the corner store dude, the little Arabians. You know, they don't like when we over here bringing out that word. Right? Get Jeremiah 5. Right? Bring that out.
This is Acts 5, verse 39. But if it be of God.
But if it be of God, read that again.
But if it be of God.
But if it be of who?
But if it be of God.
You can what?
Ye cannot overthrow it.
Let's what?
Lest haply ye be found even to fight against God.
Hey, lest you be the one trying to fight against the Most High's will. Right? Give me Proverbs 21. Right? We're going to hold on now and give me Proverbs 21. Man, hey, like the Proverbs say, man's goings are of the Lord. You can't stop this. Right? They say 5 gonna chase away 100. Right? And we might way more than 5 deep. Right? Read that 21:1.
God, this is Proverbs 21, verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will.
Hey, he said the king's heart is in the hands of the Lord, man. And he turneth it whithersoever he goeth. Whithersoever he want the water to go. Wherever the seed's supposed to be sown, that's where it's going to be sown. And these devils can't stop that. Ain't nothing you can do to stop this word from going out. It's already too late. You know what Esau did? He opened up, the Googles, the internets. We got the YouTubes, the Facebooks, and we go live when we push this word. Right? But they thought that was going to make us docile. They thought that was going to corrupt us even more. But he said when a man throw a rock, it fall onto his own head. Right? And that's him eating what he reaped. Trying to sow wickedness, he gonna get that, man. Right? Give me Galatians, man. And we're gonna bring that, don't drop the Jeremiah 5:14. Make sure 5:14 is what I want, too. You got Galatians? Let him get Galatians. Let me check this out. 5:14. Yeah, I want that. Right, man? Can't nobody do nothing against this truth, man. And, he kind of sit there for a minute. Now he want to ride off. He can't do nothing. Go ahead, go across the street and post up. And we still going to be right here. Now, and earlier, man, they had like 5 polices, 5 polices, and they was sitting there for almost an hour before they said anything to the Israelites. They was sitting over there for an hour. And then they decided to come approach the Israelites, right? Trying to walk behind the line. But they ain't got him, man. They ain't got Jake, man. And he seeketh and hideth where?
The lurking places.
And that's what he do, man. Kind of ducked over here by the Israelites, man. Gotta be careful out here, man. It says they waited and try and overtake us, man. Go to Psalms 37 real quick. Psalms 37, real quick. Well, Psalms 37. What's up, Locky? Man, I had a quick one right here, man. Oh yeah, just get Galatians 6 and 7. God, Galatians 6. Oh, look, they pop up out of nowhere, man. Wait.
Lurking places, man.
Seek it and hide it. Well, you can grab that one, Psalms 10 and 7. You can grab Psalms 10 and 7. You can grab that too.
All right, this is Galatians 6, verse 7. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
Right? And all Esau do is sow mischief, wickedness, iniquity, and abomination in the earth, man. And that's what they're going to reap when it's all said and done with. Because the Most High said they got a cup, and he waiting until they cup fill. And then he's going to pour out his wrath accordingly. Right? He waiting until their iniquities go all the way up. Right? Hey, give me that one in Psalms.
God, it's the book of Psalms, chapter 10, verse 8.
Bring it out.
He sitteth in the lurking places of the village.
He sitteth where?
In the lurking places of the village.
And that's what the police do. They sit somewhere ducked off. You know, they got the tinted windows, and he's sitting right there, sitting in the lurking places. Come on.
In the secret places do it. He murdered the innocent.
And then he murdered the innocent, man. And he get away with it. And he get away with it every time.
God.
When have we ever got a righteous judgment? When have they ever got a righteous judgment? Man, when you go through the precepts, you find out that the Most High loveth judgment. And he's going to repay them, man. Finish that up and go to Psalms 37 and 28.
His eyes are privately set against the poor.
He said his eyes are privately set against the poor. That's what he do. His eyes are set against the poor man. The ones that's in the ghettos. The places where the Jews are. The places where the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom reside.
Bring it out, Doc.
That's what they do, man. Right? Like the brother said earlier, when you see a spider, your first instinct is to go ahead and kill it. When the police see the Israelites, they first instinct, that's how they've been taught. When they see us, they fearful and they, I gotta do it. That's how you fear a spider. You're like, I can't let it, you know, if I go to sleep, he might get me.
Right.
That's how the police is, man. When they see the Israelites, they feel like they gotta kill us and take us out of the way. Right? Not knowing that they fulfilling prophecy, and their judgment is going to be that much harsher, man. Read that. 37 and 28.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 28.
Check it out, Doc.
Check this out.
For the Lord loveth judgment.
The Lord loveth what?
Judgment.
What?
Judgment.
He loved to do judgment. It's an easy thing for him to judge righteously. He told you in Job, will the Lord pervert judgment? God forbid. He always going to judge righteously. Come on.
And forsake it not his saints.
And he's never going to forsake his saints. He's never going to do it. Give me Malachi 3 and 6. Finish that up.
They are preserved forever.
And he said the saints are preserved forever. We always going to be here. The Israelites, we can't get cooked out of the way. We can't get put out of the way. We like a roach you killed. Hey, it don't matter if it's a nuke. The Israelites is still going to be around.
That's right.
No matter what you do, we still going to be here. Come on.
But the seed of the wicked shall be cut off.
It says, but the seed of the wicked shall what?
Be cut off.
Be what?
Be cut off.
They going to get cut off when it's all said and done.
God.
Right? What I call? I told you to get Malachi 3 and 6. Get Psalms 94 and 14. Right, read that.
All right, this is Malachi 3, verse 6. For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed.
Amen. The Lord don't change.
That's right.
He said the saints are going to be preserved forever. Con?
Right.
That's never going to change. Read that Psalms right quick.
God, it's the book of Psalms, chapter 94, verse 14. For the Lord will not cast off his people. neither will he forsake his inheritance.
He said the Lord will not cast off his people, Khan.
Khan.
And that's what's going to happen. They never going to go nowhere.
That's right.
We're going to be here until America is destroyed, and then after that, we're going to be here again. In this life, the next life, every life, the Israelites going to be here.
That's right.
Right? We're going to be right here preaching the word, man. Doing what God said to do. Staying away from what God said not to do.
Teach, Doc.
Ain't nothing you can do against the Israelites.
That's right.
Nothing. Right? Read that.
This is Isaiah 44, verse 1. Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen.
He said Israel, whom what?
Whom I have chosen.
And we've chosen.
That's right.
What you gonna do against the chosen? We're the apple of his eye. You can't do nothing against us. Nothing, man. That's why we go out here on the highways and byways and tell them, thus said the Lord, every time. Right? All through the epidemic. All through COVID. All through Corona. And ain't nothing happened to any of us. Hey, bro, have something happened to you out here? You, any of us? Ain't nothing happened to us. It's just a regular day for us.
That's right.
This ain't nothing. This ain't nothing, man. You know, through propaganda and Facebook, and you know, you got all of these sorcerers and these men going on Fox 23 saying stay in the house, do all of this, do all of that. They don't know what they're really doing, man. Go ahead.
Khan, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 8 and verse 5. Whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing.
Hey, we can attest that's true. You keep commandments. You keep commandments. You keep commandments. Y'all keep commandments.
Good.
Have y'all felt any evil thing?
That's right.
Can y'all really say anything happened to y'all?
No.
We go through trials and tribulations, but hey, we know that's a righteous thing, Con.
Con.
That's a beautiful thing.
That's right.
That's chastisement. That's chastisement, Con.
Con.
That's discipline, Con.
Con.
Ain't nothing new. That's beautiful, right? We should be looking forward to going through them fiery trials, man. Right? If you're not getting put through the trials, you know, I don't know. I don't know.
Teach, Doc.
You know, things getting shaky if it's all good all the time. Right? The board, it's not always good, Con. And we look forward to go. Damn. And it's another thing. We get that demon out of the way, then we get punched by another demon.
Con.
And then he pull out his spear and you stab him over my. We always here.
Con.
You can't do nothing against the Israelites.
That's right.
Can't do nothing against us, man. Right? Especially when we all together in unity.
That's right.
You can't do nothing. God, going back to Matthew.
Con,
Hey, wait. You got a precept? You got a precept? God, going back to Matthew real quick.
Con, the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 6. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness.
He said, blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness. What is righteousness? Give me Deuteronomy 6 and 25.
Con.
Right? There's got to be something you thirst after. Hey, Aharon, give me Deuteronomy 6. 6 and 7. You know what I want. And you can start at 4. Read that 6 and 25 first. Con.
This is Deuteronomy 6, verse 25. And it shall be our righteousness.
It shall be our righteousness if what?
If we observe to do all these commandments before the Lord our God.
Now read the verse you just read.
Con, verse 6. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness.
And what is righteousness? The laws, statutes, and commandments. If that's something you yearn for, something you pray about, you know, I pray that you give me, that I seek your face wholeheartedly. Not half-heartedly, wholeheartedly.
Con.
Where I'm not 1 foot in, you know, I take that foot out and I throw this one in there a little bit. I take my foot out and I throw and I wiggle it. No, that's not what we doing over here. That's not what we doing. We jump head first and we in there, Con. We're not playing with nobody.
That's right.
It's not a joke.
That's right.
This not something we do just sometimes. We do this 7 days a week, 365, right? And you got brothers abounding in knowledge out there, right? You can go to any of these brothers and they'll teach you who you are.
That's right.
You got the mighty little Hebrews over it. They might be able to break you up and teach you that you are Israelite.
That's right.
The mighty Hebrews, right? We mighty men of valor over
That's
here.
right.
Valiant men,
Con.
We need to be moving like that.
That's right.
Right? We different from everybody else. You can't do what I do. I'm chosen, Con. Right? Give me Deuteronomy 6 and 7. 6 and 4. It's like
God. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart, and with all thine soul, and with all thy might. And these words which I command thee this day.
He said, these words which I command thee this day, come on,
shall be in thine heart.
this shall be in your mind. Right? When the Bible say heart, it's talking about your mind. Come on.
And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children.
He said, thou shalt teach them diligently. We right here. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto who?
Unto thy children.
Come on.
And shall talk of them when thou sittest in thine house.
And when you sitting in your house, when we congregating, what we do? We talking about the law, statutes, and commandments, Con. We talking about our forefathers, Con. We talking about the testimonies, Con. We talking about how we were slaves in Egypt, Con. We talking about that. Come on.
And when thou walkest by the way,
Right?
and when thou liest down.
Hey, before we go to sleep, this brother called me. Hey, bro, I read this in Chronicles, right? I was over here in Romans. You know, you probably know it, but let's go over it again. It says you're supposed to be assured of what you was taught, Con. Right? Get that in Ephesians 4, right? And it's one in Timothy also. But hey, we're gonna get the one in Ephesians 4 and read that.
And when thou risest up.
Hey, and when you wake up, you're supposed to face the east, Con. And that's what we doing. And now look at us. We growing and abounding, man. How good and pleasant is it for brethren to dwell together in what?
In unity.
In what?
In unity.
And look at us. What can they do? Wait until everybody on 6-1 really get it, man. Lord willing, we be like Jonah in these last days. And we convert the whole block. That's what we out here for. This is not just for fun and games. It's not something we do just on our own, you know. Well, I ain't got to go to work today. And we pick up the Bible. No, we pick up the Bible all day, 24/7. All day, 24/7. This is what our talk is about, right? We not half-assing this, man. Hey, the bar tell me often, man. Hey, man, we not doing this just because we doing this for a reward.
That's right.
Right? It don't matter if it's something small and you reading for it, brother. You putting that work. It don't matter if you holding a poster. We doing that. It don't matter if you teaching you telling your mama, look, man, I done told you to. I'm gonna be patient though. It don't matter. We don't care if it's a heavy burden, the most High whooping our ass, man. We smiling through it. It ain't no game, man. We understand through the spirit what's going on, man.
Teach out.
This is what happened to our forefathers. It was never sweet. It was never easy. Abraham was tried. Moses was tried. David was tried. Solomon tried. We all got put in fire. We all, hey, the Maccabees got put through fire. Right? Give me first Maccabees 6. So I think it's 2nd Maccabees. I'll check it out. What you got? I asked for Ephesians 2, but man, I want this Maccabees one real quick. 6 and 6 and yeah, start at 27. 2nd Maccabees.
It's 2nd Maccabees 6, verse 27.
Come on.
Wherefore now, manfully changing this life,
He said, wherefore now, manfully, come on.
I will shew thyself such an one as mine age requires.
He said, I will show myself as what as my age requires, God. And when you get to a certain age, you can't be a little boy no more. I tell you in Corinthians, when I was a child, I spake as a child.
Teach out.
But then I became a man and I did what? And then I put away those things. But it says, wherefore now as my age requireth, come on.
And leave a notable example to such as be young to die willingly.
And that's what we're
courageously.
doing. We leaving a notable example for these young men. Right? For the princesses. Right? We leaving a notable example.
That's right.
We got to show them what's right and what's wrong. What's righteous, what's wickedness. According to the Bible, not according to America. Right? We leaving that notable example. We got you, man. Read that part again.
And leave a notable example to such as be young to die willingly.
To die willingly for what? Come on.
For the honorable and holy law.
He said, hey, we die willingly for the honorable and holy laws. We die for them things. I die for my brother, man. I die for my sisters. I die for my wife. Man, it's an easy thing to do. My brother righteous. We jumping out there first.
Teach Doc.
Right, and it's more on that though. It's more on that Maccabees. I know it's another precept. Go ahead and grab that though. Read that. Where you was at? We died willingly. Yeah, read 28 again.
And leave a notable example to such as be young, to die willingly and courageously for the honorable and holy law.
Come on.
And when he had said these words, immediately he went to the torment.
And that's the point. He said after he said these words, he immediately went what?
Went to the torment.
And what's the torment? Right? Living in this wicked ass society.
Right,
don't close it just yet. It's more on it. 2 Maccabees 6 and 29, man. It's more on that. We in the torment right now. Right? But hey, the torment gonna get worse. Right? We still ain't even at the peak of Jacob's trouble, man. That's when you know we really in the torment. And brothers getting beheaded on 6-1. Right? And you got trucks pulling up, and they all lifted up, and they all black and Tahoes. Right? And bulletproof car doors and windows, and them little Glocks ain't gonna be able to save you, man.
You know.
That's why you don't put your trust in these carnal ass weapons, man. Yeah, it's okay, you know it's good maybe to have a Glock, it might benefit you. But at the end of the day, don't put your trust in the weapon. We know that the Most High, he fights our battles. Con? Right, get that in Psalms 44, man, and we're gonna get that. We're gonna start at 6. Read on.
They that led him changing the good, will they bear him a little before into hatred?
Come on.
Because the foresaid speeches proceeded, as they thought, from a desperate mind.
Come on.
But when he was ready to die with stripes,
when he was ready to die with stripes, come on.
He groaned and said, it is manifest unto the Lord that hath the holy knowledge.
Hey, he said when he was getting stripes and beaten, it's manifest in the eyes of the Lord, man. That he going through what he go through for the Most High God, Yahweh. Come on.
That whereas I might have been delivered from death, I now endure sore pains in body by being beaten.
Hey man, you gotta go through that. Right now we getting a spiritual beating most of the time. Right? You might get pulled over and you might get beaten physically by the police. But right now, it's a lot of spiritual warfare, man. That's why I tell you in Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12, that we fight principalities, right? In high places, right? Right? And we might bring that out too, reading on.
But in soul and well content to suffer these things.
And he said in his soul, he's well content to suffer those things for the Most High God, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shah. Reading on.
Because I fear him.
And because I fear the Most High God, come on.
And thus this man died, leaving his death for an example of a noble courage and a memorial of virtue, not only unto young men, but unto all his nation.
And he died not only for the young man, but for all his nation, being a notable example unto all his people. Shalom. What's going on?
I don't mean to interrupt y'all. Are y'all doing something? Are y'all busy?
Yeah.
I need somebody to pray for my aunt.
Yeah, man, we gonna pray.
I know.
What's your aunt name?
I know.
I mean, we'll rather do it like on our own time. Because we don't like really just praying out in the open because men might think we doing it just for that. But what's your auntie's name?
Matthew 6.
Rolisa.
We definitely gonna throw up a prayer for you. I'm definitely gonna do that. Rolisa.
Put that one.
What's up, Ak?
Matthew 6.
God, we know what's going on, but we got you. Right? Hey, but you gotta come, you gotta have us too.
6 and 6.
Rolisa, I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna pray. I don't know what you're going through exactly, but I'm gonna throw one up for you. Right? But you gotta do your part too. What's your part? Is keeping the law, statutes, commandments, and living righteously for the Most High God.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna pray for you, man.
He told me to pull up over here. He did tell me to pull up over here. And I didn't mean it.
Hey, look, I'm gonna pray for you, like I said. You know?
You're not gonna pray for it.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm gonna pray for you, man.
God!
That's right.
Then y'all should pray for her because I pulled up over here.
We all said
Hold on, give her the scripture. Hold on. Read that. Hold on. Read that. The bar, read. Read what you got.
I ain't got it. He got it.
You got Matthew 6? Yeah. Sis, hold on 1 second. Let's hear this.
Let's let the Bible come out.
We're about to read something out of the scriptures, okay?
All right, this is Matthew 6:5. And when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are, for they love to pray standing in synagogues and in the corners of the streets.
And it says when you pray, don't be like the hypocrites where they pray out in the streets. Now we can, but to make our prayer more sincere, we're going to do it at home in secret. Come on.
God, that they may be seen of men, verily I say unto you, they have their reward.
Right, so whenever you pray out in front of men, it seems like you're not being sincere. Hey, look, sis, sis don't want to hear it. We said we was going to pray for you, leave it at that. Release her, right? Come on, that's all it is.
Thank you.
All right, for sure. But nobody want to deal with what the Bible say, man. Right? I want my prayer to be sincere, right? I don't want it to seem like I'm just doing it because, look, we all here and you see me. I'm going to do it in secret. Right? He said if you do it in secret, he will reward you openly. Right? Ain't nothing wrong. Like, they carnal, man. But I'm still going to pray for Rolisha, man.
We try to use the Most High as a vending machine.
Right, man. It don't work like that, man. My prayer might not help you, man. You got to help yourself sometimes. It says work out your own salvation with what? Fear and trembling. Man, it's not all games. You can't pull up when you want to on Tuesday and I believe, and you jump back over here and you doing your own thing, man. He said he's not hearing your prayers if you turn your ear away from what? Look, man. Ain't gonna gas me up because I feel like you a Hebrew Israelite, me being your sister, and you my brother, then you should pray right now. What?
She said you never supposed to turn down a prayer offering, something like that.
Come on now.
Smoking a cigarette.
Right, yeah. Man, that's our people, man. That's our people. Hey, that's our people, Con. Man, that's crazy, man. That's crazy, man. Hey, but we just got done reading in Maccabees. He said he went to the torment, man, willingly, to leave a notable example, not only for the young ones, but for all his nation. You know, and he did that with a ready mind, right? He had virtue about himself, man. That was a righteous thing to die for the Most High God. To die for the holy law, statutes, and commandments, man. To die for the commandments, that's holy, man. That's holy. That's honorable, man. That man in the scriptures because of that. He in the scriptures because he died for the laws, man. I could only hope I could do something as honorable as that. Die for the laws, die for my brother, and save my people. Come on now, man. That's honorable, man. I know y'all got some precepts though, Con. Con, read that.
Con, it's the book of Psalms, chapter 44 and verse 6.
Come on.
For I would not trust in my bow.
It says he won't trust in his bow. The modern day bow is, you know, a Glock. Come on.
Neither shall my sword save me.
And neither shall his sword save. We don't trust in those things. Them things, they might help you, but they can't save you, Con. Reading on.
But thou hast saved us from our enemies.
It says, but the Most High God has saved us from our enemies, Con. Come on.
And has put them to shame that hated us.
And he put everybody to shame. All of our enemies, he gonna put them to shame if he haven't already. He gonna do it again. Right, just how he raised up Egypt and destroyed them just to get his name and redeem his people and to put them to shame. It's no new thing under the sun, Con. Them things gonna happen to America. Them things gotta happen to America. Right, precept? Con, you got a quick precept? All right, Con, back to Matthew.
Con, verse 6 again. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled.
Right, and you're going to be filled with the law, statutes, and commandments. God, go ahead.
This is John chapter 4 verse 32. But he said unto them, I have meat to eat that ye know not of.
And he said, I got meat to eat, and you don't know nothing about this meat.
Therefore said the disciples one to another, hath any man brought him aught to eat? Yahushua said unto them, my meat is to do the will of him that sent me.
He said, my food, my meat is to do the will of him that sent me.
And to finish his work.
And to finish his work, man, and to the end, man. To go head first to the torment. To go head first to go contrary to what Babylon is teaching. To go head first to die for the law, statutes, and commandments. To die having virtue. What they say in the world, if you don't stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. And man, I hadn't already chose up, man. I chose who I'm going to serve. I chose what I'm going to do, man. So I ain't going after nothing else, man. Give me Isaiah 30 and 20. Right? It's a classic precept. I know I always bring it out. Let's bring out that Isaiah 30 and 20.
God, it's the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 20.
Come on.
And though the Lord give you bread of adversity,
And though the Lord give you bread of adversity,
and the water of affliction,
and the water of affliction also,
yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore.
and your teachers ain't gonna be taken from you no more in these last days, man. They are. If once you get that knowledge and understanding, man, you straight. You got a chance at salvation out here, man. Come on.
But thine eyes shall see thy teachers.
It says, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers. And you gonna understand that your teachers is from Genesis to Revelation, man.
God.
Those your teachers, man. Now you got men set up who may teach you, but they teaching you from the teacher's teachers. Right? These the OGs, man. These the big bros. Right? These the one who really did it. Right? You know, you got these great men in basketball like LeBron, Michael Jordan. You know, the legendary men, right? The legendary teams who got championships. You got those men, right? But these men outdo all of them with ease. You got men actually separating seas. Right? You got men getting cast in the furnace, but they walk out of it and not a hair on their head is burned.
Teach, Chuck.
You got a man or a man getting put in a whole lion's den and not even get touched.
That's right.
Right? And then you got a whole Habakkuk getting beamed in there too and feeding you. We got the real goats.
God.
Go ahead.
You got a man that can make fire rain from heaven.
Right?
right.
He said, if I be a man of God, boom, let fire come down and devour them. That's what happened.
God.
We got men who doing that. What? Michael Jordan ain't doing that.
That's right.
What is a ball and you're shooting it and it go through a net? What is that doing? What does that benefit you? What does that do for our nation? What does that do for our people? And you running as fast and you hit them with your and you touchdown. What does that do at the end of the day?
Nothing.
What does that do for your people? And you look at the and then you put it in a knuckleball and you what does that do at the end of the day? What would Solomon say? Them things is vain, vexation of spirit. Them things is nothing, man. Right? Them things ain't doing nothing. You a fool. That's what our forefathers would say. You a damn clown, bro. You a damn clown, man. Our forefathers would be disappointed, man, with this whole everything.
Teach, Chuck.
And our people love it here, man. They got that I have no king but Caesar spirit, man. I love it here. That's what our people say. But the Israelites say contrary. We hate it here. Con. You got a preset?
I got a precept what you just quoted.
Con, bring it out.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 14.
Teach,
I have
Chuck.
seen all the works that are done under the sun.
Right.
And behold, all is vanity.
He's seen everything under the sun. And behold, every last one of them things is vain. It's nothing. That's what vain means. Nothing.
God.
And vexation of spirit.
And all it do is vex his spirit, man, at the end of the day. At the end of the day, it's like vexing to see that people even care about these things when they nothing. Right? At the end of the day, these things is nothing, man. We need to focus on things that's profitable, not for just a moment, but forever.
God.
Right? He said, seek the things of the Lord, loosely paraphrasing, and all these things will be added unto you. Right? Give me that in Matthew. I believe it's 6 and 33. That's 6 and 33? Matthew 6 and 33.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 33.
Come on.
But seek ye first the kingdom of God, and be righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you.
He said, first seek the kingdom of God. And everything you want, everything you desire, them things gonna be added unto you, man. But first get a foundation. First seek the Lord. First come wholeheartedly. Right? Give me that in Psalms 119, right?
Teach, Chuck.
First come wholeheartedly, man. Don't tarry to turn to the Lord, man. We always go into these things, man.
That's right.
But Israel gotta know, man. They gotta know, man. I think it's 3, might be 4.
God. This is Psalms chapter 119 and verse 2. Blessed are they that keep his testimonies and that seek him with the whole heart.
It says, blessed are they that keep his testimonies, Genesis to Revelation, including the Apocrypha. He said, blessed are the men. Blessed are you that read it. And that seek him wholeheartedly. not just on Tuesdays. Right? You can't just seek the Most High on Tuesdays. Shalom. You can't do that, man. Don't be that brother who, come half-heartedly. Right? The court? So like it. Man, I think I know that girl too that was in that car. Now that I really look at the name and remember her face, I think I know her. Not know her, but know her. I was out there, I know her. Con, where was he at, man? Con, let's go back, man.
Con, the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 7. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy.
Hey, man, that's heavy right there. Read that again.
Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy.
He said, blessed are the merciful, they shall obtain mercy, man. Right? And we got plenty of forefathers who showed mercy, man. There's a whole parable going into mercy also, right? And we can touch on it, right? You know what that parable is? I don't know it off the top, but it's about the servant, and he owed his master talents, man. Let's go into that real quick.
That's Matthew 24, 25, 1.
That's it? All right, through the Spirit, let's bring that out. Slovakia, one moment. I want to bring that out, though.
Yeah, it's 25, and you start at 14.
25. Are the merciful, they shall receive mercy, man. Right? We got our forefather David, right? And we might go into that later, but right now we're going to deal with this parable. Go ahead.
Con, this is Matthew chapter 18 and verse 23. Therefore is the kingdom of heaven likened unto a certain king, which would take account of his servants.
Right, so you got a certain king, and he take account of all his servants. That's what the parable's saying. And when you take account of the servants, you go and you look at him, you're like, you know what, man, yep. And you probably got it noted, like, yeah, I gave this man this much, he owed me this much. And we actually took records of all that stuff. I believe that's actually in the law. Whenever we would do something like that, we would actually write it down so we have the kind of ordinances in writing, right? Reading on.
And when he had begun to reckon, one was brought unto him which owed him 10,000 talents.
Right, he had a servant who was in debt, 10,000 talents. Come on.
But for as much as he had not to pay, his Lord commanded him to be sold, and his wife and children.
Right, so the king, right, he said, look, man, you ain't got enough shekels, you ain't got all the talents. Right, so therefore I'm gonna sell you and get my money. And not only am I gonna sell you, I'm gonna sell your children. I'm gonna sell your wife. Right, I need that bread, I need my money. You playing with my money. Right, you can't do that. You can't do that with nobody. You playing with them, and you trying to overmatch them and take advantage. You can't play with nobody like that. Come on.
And all that he had in payment to be made.
Right.
The servant
Hey, he said not only his kids, his wife, he said, and everything he had. All of that's getting sold. Come on.
The servant therefore fell down and worshipped him, saying, Lord, have patience with me, and I will pay thee all.
He said, man, have mercy on me, man. Have patience with me, and I'm going to give you everything I owe you, I promise. Right, come on.
Then the Lord of that servant was moved with compassion and loosed him.
Hey, he moved with compassion, and he had mercy on the brother, and he let him go. Come on.
And forgave him the debt. But the same servant went out and found one of his fellow servants.
And he like, man, I'm in debt. 10K. So he go to his little bros. He go to his servants. Come on.
Salakia. Which owed him 100 pence.
Right, he had, he going here and there. This one only owed him 100. He might have had somebody who only owed him 80 or 50. But he need that 10 bands. Right, come on.
And he laid hands on him.
He did what?
And he laid hands on him.
And he did what?
And he laid hands on him.
And he didn't show that brother no compassion. Even though he in even greater debt. And his master showed him compassion. But when he seen his servants who owed him something small, it said he laid hands on him. He's snatching him up, taking his necklace, pushing him down, spitting on him probably. Slapping him like Nehemiah.
God.
Right, doing all kinds of things probably, man. We can only imagine. There's more on there, right? Man, look, there we go, man.
At the same ring.
Man.
God. And took him by the throats.
He's snatching him up, got him against the wall, and his feet you know, off the ground. You never know. Come on.
Saying, pay me that thou
He
owest.
said, pay me what you owe, nigga. Come on.
And his fellow servant fell down at his feet and besought him,
And he begging for mercy. I'm going to get you your money. Come on.
saying, have patience with me, and I will pay thee all. And he would not, but went to cast him into prison till he should pay the debt.
Right?
So-
hey, go ahead.
So when his fellow servant saw what was done, they were very sorry, and came and told unto their Lord all that was done. Then his Lord, after that he had called him, said unto him, O thou wicked servant.
So his servant, the king, right? The master, he heard what was done by his servant to the other man. And he called him a what?
O thou wicked servant,
Come on.
I forgave thee all that debt, because thou desiredest me. Shouldest not thou also have had compassion on thy fellow servant,
Right?
even as I had pity on thee?
Right? So going back to why we pulled this parable in the first place. Right? Go back to Matthews and we'll wrap it up with Sirach.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 7. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy.
He said, blessed are the merciful, they shall obtain mercy. Right? Just like David showed compassion and mercy on Saul. So, you know, that actually blot out some of your sins. That make your judgment less heavy. Right? Because, hey, ain't nobody perfect, man. You just a mortal man too. You bound to mess up. So when somebody mess up against you, you can't be quick to destroy them and cast them into prison and choke them out and punch them out. You gotta try and show compassion and mercy on your brother, man. Right? Being an Israelite is not all about hate. It's not all about being angry.
God.
It's not always about that. Right? It's a balance to it. You gotta have long suffering and compassion about yourself, man. Mercy. Right? And truth and sincerity. You can't be in this truth just because, man. You gotta have virtue about yourself. Man. Hey, it's harder to actually show mercy than to beat them up. Con? It's an easy thing to do that.
That's right.
Somebody, nah, bro, I can beat them up. I'm justified by the law. But then it's harder to be like, man, even though I'm justified by the law, what Yahweh shall I do, man? He forgave him and he had mercy. Right? Con, you got a precept?
Con, you said it's not all about hating and, anger. This is Romans chapter 13, verse 8. Owe no man anything, but to love one another. For he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law.
Hey, man, he that loveth one another hath fulfilled the law, man. That's fire right there. I'm going to bring this precept out. And then Sirach. We're gonna close with Sirach.
Alright, what?
Romans 13. That's what he just read. Yeah, that's what he just read.
Alright, what?
43 and 30. Read that.
Matthew 23, verse 23.
Right?
Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees.
He said, woe unto who?
You scribes and Pharisees,
Come on.
hypocrites,
Hypocrites, man.
for ye pay tithe of mint and anise and cumin, and have anointed the weightier matters of the law.
It says, and omitted, right? Meaning canceled out and turned away from, right? But all of the small things, the Pharisees own that, right? They all own that, right? But it says omitted the what?
The weightier matters of the law.
That's the weightier matter, man. You gotta focus on the big picture sometimes, man, and not strain at a damn gnat. You trying to swallow a camel, right? Read that.
Judgment, mercy, and faith.
It says those are the weightier matters. The law, judgment, mercy, right? Even though you got judgment and you in that, hey, you supposed to have compassion, man. You still gotta have mercy. And more importantly, it says faith, right? Right, so those are the weightier matters, man. That's part of the big picture. The law, judgment, mercy, faith, God. Those is what make you a man. That's virtue, man. That's being virtuous, right? And we always get on the women, Salakia. Women gotta have virtues, but men do also.
That's right.
Right? We gotta hold ourselves accountable too. We need virtues about ourselves, right? They learn from us anyway. How we gonna expect our women to have virtues, but we as a man don't have any, right? That don't make sense, right? Give me that Sirach, man. Let's close up strong.
Good. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 43, verse 30.
Come on.
When you glorify the Lord,
When you glorify the Lord, come on.
exalt him as much as you can.
No, just a little bit.
As much as you can.
Come on.
For even yet will he far exceed.
Even yet the Most High gonna what?
Far exceed.
Come on.
And when you exalt him, Pour forth all your strength.
Not just one curl.
All your strength.
All your what?
All your strength.
All your who?
All your strength.
And be what?
And be not weary.
And be not weary, because what?
For you can never go far enough.
You can never go what?
Far enough.
Far who?
Far enough.
Far who?
Far enough.
You can't do too much work for the Most High God Yahweh, man. And with that, we're going to close it up, giving all praises, all honor, and all glory to the Most High God Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shah.
And like the elder Hezekiah always say,
Death to America!
Death to America.
death to America.
Death to America!
God, shalom, shalom, wa barak.
Shalom, Barak,
man.
Mashpakah.